Rick, what went wrong rebounding-wise tonight, and how disappointing was that?
I don't know, Mike. You asked me that after I watched the film. I just know that we had our hands on a couple of them. I thought we were trying to rebound the ball with one hand, but you can't do that. And I think you got to give them credit. They did a great job. Hamlet was just awesome getting to the glass for him and getting there. But we got to grab it. Got to secure the ball with two hands, and we're not doing enough of that right now.
Rob, Ryan, Ben, Grant.
Coach, two games in a row where, since you kind of called out might be too strong, but since you see guys standing around looking at Dalton the last 2 games, that has certainly not been the case. Is that what you would see?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you love to bottle the first half. I mean, we were terrific in the first half. I mean, we really did do a lot of really good things. And obviously when the ball's going in like that, it all looks good, but I thought we were good in the second half. But, Matt does a great job. And again, I told the guys, I mean, they're going to push and get back. They're too good a team. They play too good a schedule. And I thought our shot selection wasn't as good in the second half. And missed some free throws. You missed 2 free throws. Those turned into turnovers. And we gave them, or they got 2 wide open threes. And again, and when those happen early in the possession, it's transition defense. And again, as much as we've harped about that, but if you break it down, the one thing was just the second chance points they got off the glass, and we got to fix that in a hurry.
What do you like about the way Jordan sparks some things for y'all, especially on defense?
I was sitting beside his dad, and kept telling him his rhythm, and I said, but man, he's improved so much on the defensive end. He's really working so hard there, and I thought the only 3 that he rushed was the one in transition. He didn't quite get his feet set, but again, his biggest improvement is everybody thinks he can just shoot it. He's not afraid to go in and try to create something off the bounce. But defensively, where he's improved more than anything this year. He has really taken it personal, become an all-around player.
Rick, for Dalton, statistically, he really filled up the box score in a lot of different areas. Would you consider this one of his more complete games this season?
Well, I told him after the game when we were in the locker room talking about guys that had a good night, looking at the stat sheet. He had, I think his career high was 7 rebounds. I said to him, you could have had 11. And that's a fine line. That because you got a guy like that who has a knack for scoring, and when we do run some isolation plays, which we did because we're going to need him to do that with his back to the basket, and he's going to have to make the right read out of it as opposed to trying to be overly aggressive. But I thought he did a good job at the end when we put him in the ball screen at the top, where I do think he was really trying to make the right play. But his rebounding was key tonight, and his assists. And we've told he and Jordan both, and he was a guy who's been terrific. And you know what? You guys are more than just guys that can shoot the ball. You guys are good players, and don't think you just got to shoot it. Just play and do what you're good at. And I thought the Dalton's all-around game tonight was really good.
The start tonight and Saturday night compared to South Carolina last week, is that just making shots versus not making shots, or the emphasis there?
I mean, think about it. We started the South Carolina game with some point-blank layups, and those are tough ones. And but we just, again, when we're open, we got to shoot the ball. We've got to shoot it, and I will tell you, we've got to do a better job rebounding the ball on both ends. We did a great job in Lexington getting, I think, 43% of our misses, but defensively, we give them 10 extra possessions there because we don't block out, and you don't want to do that. You really don't. And that's the difference in probably scoring. How many points you score? 88. Gives us a chance to maybe score 100, but you can't be a great defensive team if you can't rebound the ball. And right now, our guys are working hard, trying to guard people in a league where there's some really good players, but we got to rebound it better.
Coach, what did you think of Santi's shot selection tonight? Seems like he passed up some shots, and you guys seem a little displeasure to it on the bench.
Well, Santi loves cutting, screening, but he does have to shoot the ball. But again, anybody that plays this game, when you feel like you got it when you don't. But still, he's a guy that loves to. He's so unselfish at times because honestly, he's a guy on our team that realizes the importance of trying to get our post guys that he knows if he can get in the lane that he can maybe set them up. I mean, he turned it over tonight trying to get going there, but he's got a feel for it, and I think he knows when he needs to shoot it, when he doesn't.
Rick, I know you've said several times that you can't be a great defensive team if you don't finish the possession with the rebound, but the way that Ziegler pressures the ball for 94 feet, just how much of an asset is that for a defense to sort of wear on an opponent like that?
Well, that's what he has to do. And we've talked about it. I mean, at his height, that's where he's got to get in the backcourt. He's got to do that. And first time I saw him play, that's what he did. That's in his DNA. That's what he's always done. And even if we ask him to back up some, because sometimes he gets, he's guarding, 85 feet from the basket, trying to turn people. Then they set a high ball screen at half court. I mean, it's really hard to defend, but he will tell you that's what he does. And but having him do that is something that I think every coach would love to have.
Are you pleased with what y'all were able to do in transition and some in the secondary break tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we want to get out and run. We try to. That's how we practice. You guys watch us. We want to get out and go with it, and hopefully our bench can keep giving us something and get more consistent there. But they're a solid. We're not going to play against any teams that can't defend. If you are going to rely on just going into the half court, and it's tough. And so if we can finish possessions on the defensive end. They don't make shots because they're going to, I thought Will Baker had a really good game tonight. He made some tough shots, but he makes those shots. I mean, that's one of that little fadeaway shot he has. That's one of his moves, and he made it. But I think every team wants to get out early if they can, because I don't think anyone every time down the floor wants to play against a set defense.
It seems like Jonas has been missing more shots around the rim lately that he wasn't missing to start the season. Any rhyme or reason to
No,
that?
again, just like, you talk about, you guys have asked me this year about Jordan going through a slump, Jordan and Josiah and whoever. I mean, post guys can do it too. And those aren't as easy as you think when people are in there leaning on you and pushing, fighting for that position. But we've seen him make it, and we need him. We need him to do that. But we also need Tobey to come in. I think Tobey had 1 rebound tonight. That's his job. He's got to come in, and I told those guys if they'll rebound the ball, do those type things, set good screens because of what's surrounding them, they're going to get great looks at the basket. But it's not as easy as it looks, as you think, with what how they're guarded down there.
Anything else? Paige.
What do you like about games like this where there's a lot of ball movement and high assists?
Well, we always try to play like that. We like movement, we like it. And honestly, we're at our best when we're moving bodies and moving the ball. We really are. We've always tried to be a team that help each other, cutting, trying to get easy looks that way. But we've always, again, tried to get a lot of player movement, a lot of ball movement, and a screening team. And so I think our guys will tell you that what we do, we like to think is hard to guard, but it still gets back if you make those shots, it all looks better.
18 points tonight for Jordan. That's a season high for him. What did he do
Tonight that you thought was different that he had caused him to succeed?
Again, the last couple of games, I think he's had a really good rhythm, a really good feel. I think he's settling in more. I think that he's working hard, moving without the ball, but he also is understanding, that if he gets his feet set, and there's not a guy on our team that if they get their feet set and we want rhythm shot, we don't think anybody's have to force any shots on this. It's a special situation. We hate getting down against the clock. That shouldn't happen, but when it does, you might have to do that. But I go back, as much as he scored, I think why he's scoring is he's not thinking about it. He's just naturally gifted. He can shoot the ball, and he's got some other things he can do, but it's how hard he's working defensively. And I think that when you get lost in the game like that, it makes everything better. Certainly helps you on the offensive end. You can get out and run, you can spot up, he's good with a 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull up. He's not afraid to go in and try to get fouled and just make a layup.
recent last two.
Coach McMahon said that you guys are good at screening off the ball. What makes you so good at that? What do you guys do that's so different than other teams?
Well, to be honest with you, that we've done it for 9 years. That's our break, we've ran it for 9 years. We tweak it, we do different things with offensively with our normal transition game, and we do some things differently after a missed shot, but our traditional, we've been doing it. I think guys are comfortable with it. We believe in it, and I think, again, the more we run it, and we run it with speed, away from the ball, you know, we work on that defense like every coach, but hard cuts hurt you. You know, we got back cut tonight on I think Z was heavy in the gap, and somebody back cut him and scored, but it's just that's what we try to do. We try to, a lot of off-ball screens and movement, but we need all 5 guys to understand the spacing and what we're looking for.
I was going to ask something similar about the off-ball movement. So many coaches that have played y'all the past few years have said that teams just aren't doing that as much anymore, the stuff that y'all do. Does that help y'all in some ways, that you're able to do something that teams just don't? Maybe in the SEC they see y'all every year, but a lot of teams just don't play that kind of offense right now.
I don't know. I think coaches have to coach to what they believe in, and you know, we've been doing it for a long time, and it's not easy, you know, because you got to have guys, and that's where Santi's been really good at it. You know, I think Dalton's getting better. Jordan Gaines figured it out, obviously, but it's just, that's what we do, you know. And again, there's a lot of different ways to play this game, and I like it. You know, you know, a dear friend of mine at my first year in coaching, Bob McKillop, did a lot of this, and I've always had a great deal of respect for him and the way he sees the game, and I think we both see it because of, really, he and I spent hours running together back when I was a young coach, and you know, as you know, he's a great basketball coach, and, but the guy that I learned a lot of this from.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.